Okay, everybody, I have been told that we are ready to go. So, without further ado, let's welcome SchalaKitty as she runs Haven. Any percent solo, good ending. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Haven. Welcome back to Multithon. I'm SchalaKitty. I'm going to be running a really wonderful, sweet game for you. And even though this says any percent solo, I think you all will see that Haven very much embodies the spirit of Multithon. Alongside me, I have an absolutely wonderful couch. If y'all want to go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick.
Bonjour Multithon. Hello Multithon. I'm Lupe. I will be providing commentary here. I will be your French commentator for tonight. Today, actually, time difference. Sorry.
Well, time zones are really confusing because, hi, it's me, Happy Bear. I'm in the Pacific time zone, so Blue and I have, Blue, what, like 12 hours difference?
I think it's 9 hours.
Okay, gotcha.
My time is 8:30 p.m.
Oh, yep, nine hours. So this is an international group of women here, a cosmopolitan group of women, and we are so excited to also have a powerful duo of women that we're showing off to you today for this speedrun.
Yes, thank you everyone so much for all of your amazing donations. We are one of the wonderful things about Haven is we're playing as a young couple, and as of the couple update, you could choose which version you would like to play as. Y'all put your money towards the bestest girls. So we're going to be playing K and U as two ladies tonight. This afternoon. Time zone. I'm going to go ahead, get started. We are playing on reduced difficulty just to help ease out some of the different tricks. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and get ourselves started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so this is Kay, this is you. They, as I said, they are a young couple. They are
like the run.
incredibly in love. And that's the main thing that you need to know about them. Yes. Yes. So we're going to go right ahead and go right into the tutorial. So as you can see, I can swap between characters at any time. We can walk around, but mainly in Haven, we are going to be gliding. Kay and you have these really cool hover boots that allow them to just glide their way through the world. And that's sort of like a big signature of Haven is this gliding motion. As you can see right now, I'm gathering up flow. This is like an energy source in Haven. It's helpful overall, but over the course of the run, I'll get way more than I need. But right here at the very beginning, we just need to kind of keep a little watch on our battery icon up there at the top. We have our skidding. Let's see. There we go.
It's crucial. 1 or 2 more threads, and we'll be all set.
And just making our way up the hill, and then...
Now, chat, while we're in this tutorial section, I want to tell you, whenever we transition to a new area, we're going to have loading screens.
Like this one. It's so cute.
And they're so adorable, so keep an eye out for the different loading screens that we encounter. Sometimes they're cute, sometimes they're kind of sad, sometimes they're a little bit spicy. So just try to spot all the cutscenes today because they're fun.
So 2 things. 1, we're cooking. Yay. Have fun waiting for when we're going to have that second dish later on. The other thing, we made an agreement, and chat, if you want to join in with us, you are welcome to do so if we get a certain spicy loading screen, we are going to be donating $5 for each time it comes up. So if you would like to join in on the spicy donations, we would.
$5 spicy donation train. It sounds great. Also, this would have bankrupted us in the last time we did this.
Yes.
Exactly.
Well,
That's exactly what I
We're
thought.
gonna find out. It's whatever the ladies feel like today.
Okay, I need to open a note or something because I need
Yes.
to keep
You
track
All
of
right.
the counts.
Blue, that is officially your job.
Pick something else for a change?
Okay,
Great.
I can do that.
Beautiful. So let's go ahead and get ourselves into the sort of the plot of
Is it me?
the game. So Kane used that adorable little spaceship house we were just in the nest. Oh, it got ruined in an earthquake. Now, we have to go through and find out like how to get back there and how to fix it. Also, ooh, yes, chat talking about how good the soundtrack is. The soundtrack of this game is phenomenal. It's by
It's amazing.
yeah, it's by the French electronica artist Danger. And it's just it sets like such a perfect
Didn't
mood.
see you.
So but
Seems like our mini flow bridge wasn't
you
enough.
can sort of see we have these what we call islets. So that is how Haven is broken up into different areas. And we'll be sort of traveling across them. So on this one, we encounter this mysterious pollution that gets nicknamed rust.
That way. Look.
Great.
And we'll be
Yeah.
collecting it as a crafting material throughout the rest of the game.
And you have to know that you have different kind of rusts,
Mhm.
and we'll have to make sure that we collect the right amount of each type of rust because they all have a certain importance for
Right.
basically what we'll be using them for.
No, Scala
Yes.
Blue, does the run change at all depending on the rust collection? Like, do you have to go to certain places or collect a certain amount of rust
I'm just
in order to progress the run?
So basically, and Blue can definitely have a lot to say about this. Haven's sort of been rebalanced a few times since release. It got like a big rebalance about a year or so after release. Is that correct, Blue?
Yeah, exactly. It's basically got rebalanced the moment they. I think it's the moment they released the how I can't remember the name, but
Sweetest
basically the
Things
couples
update?
patch. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think it's around this time, or maybe even
A little
week
bit
before.
before.
Maybe, yeah, you might be right, but yeah, basically around a year and a half after it got released, they rebalanced the whole game to make it more accessible. But the let's say downside of that is that the amount of rust that you have to collect that you had to collect has been reduced by like divided by 2 or 3, something like that. So it was a huge thing back in the whole
bring the food.
patch, the whole route that we had to take to collect the exact amount of rust was extremely precise, and the run was much longer. Now it's much safer, and Scala shouldn't have
Yeah.
any
I
issue.
think we've got everything we
Yeah.
need to mold a joint. for
Literally, the
tractor.
only time I have to
So?
really pay attention is right here at the beginning when our resources are kind of limited. But we got our first repair done, so that's
Yay.
good. So first repair is done. So now we can start going out exploring. Yeah. Yes, we did mention Happy by 3. Yes, the Dono Challenge, which is that we'll let you know if anything spicy happens, and if it does, we have all pledged to donate $5 for the spice.
This way is
Don't worry,
also
you will
full
know
of
when there
rust.
is spice.
Not for long.
You will.
But what we're going to get into is the fact that Haven also has RPG elements. So I'm going to go ahead and get into our first fight here, and then we're going to also explain something else that we're kind of doing for funsies.
Careful.
I did notice that.
Alright, so there we go.
Bam! All right. That's
So
it.
basically we find out that Rust, oh,
Then one of them is weakened.
uh,
We should be able to pacify
there we go,
them.
corrupts creatures, makes them aggressive, and then we kind of have to go through and pacify them. So we did all that. We also used our auto battler to kind of scoot through it. But here's the thing, Multithon is dedicated to animals, and this is Oink. As you can see, we love Oink. He is the best boy. I will give him a scritch.
Oink. I
I'm-
love him.
I am going to be giving pats and scritches to any of the creatures that I fight. I will be nice to them, and I will make friends afterwards. So, but I will say, if we get donations and Oink is around, I will give you bonus scritches, chat. Which normally I do not give Oink any scritches during the run, because it eats time. Whoa, wow,
Too heavy.
that was a completely different fall than I have normally.
Yeah,
That was weird. That's okay though.
It was.
It was-
It was.
It was weird, but it's fine because
Yes.
because you know what? I didn't fall off the actual cliff, which I had some. I have this whole thing where I've basically fallen off any cliff you can fall in Haven. Tis my curse. But we're actually coming up on our first boss battle. We kind of get into it fairly quickly, so I'm going to let you kind of know what I'm going to be doing first. I'm going to be making use of that rush mode that we had earlier. There's a little sort of like corner case where we can
What did I tell you?
make use of it alongside K and U special duo attacks.
He's too
And it's going to let us get through this very quick. So give me 1 second just to...
Ready? Go, go, go!
Let's see. I might be slightly off on the
On your
timing.
mark. Go, go, go!
Come on, Big Fry. Be nice to me. Oh, we're good. We're good.
Ready?
We're good.
We're good.
Pow!
Nice fight.
Yeah. We go... You have to kind of keep the timing on that really quick, because if Big Fry manages to get in a headbutt, you lose a turn.
Yeah.
But also,
And
we are friends now. Hi, friend. I can't pet him. That's okay. He's a nice friend, though. Also, we unlocked the radar.
So that way we can map out the different bits.
We are not going to be
Yeah.
using the radar.
Right on.
it's extremely convenient during your first playthrough and
Oh,
even
yeah.
your second or third playthrough, because you have a lot of different islets and so many that you won't be seeing them all during this run.
Yes.
So it's extremely useful when you are discovering the game for the first time. But,
Oh, yeah.
well, Schala knows the whole thing now, so she doesn't need that.
Yes. I don't need to pull it up. We are all good. But now what we've done is we've gotten the materials we need to make our boots even more powerful and sparkly, which is, you know, a given. You need to have the most sparkly and powerful boots.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't want sparkly and powerful boots, honestly?
Yes.
Everyone should have a pair.
We can fly too.
Yeah, so now we are able to get past that aerial thread that we fell off before. So now aerial threads are a whole part of the game.
Yeah.
They allow K and U sort of like to pass over like longer distances and like around different obstacles. So we'll be traversing them through the entire game. One of the reasons why we use reduced difficulty, oh hi Oink, is to make those sequences easier. one of the things that's really nice about Haven is it has a lot of really good accessibility settings on it. And one of the ones included with reduced difficulty is it makes flow thread movement easier. Which, trust me, given how, like, even like with reduced difficulty, you can still very easily fall, is very much appreciated.
Okay. There we are.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with Haven. You can't really realize it till you play it because it's extremely visually pleasing, and you're an expert, so you make it really smooth. But it's really not easy to properly glide on the aerial threads.
Yeah, you have to kind of get used to its control scheme.
Yeah.
But the game makers have done a lot to make Haven a very relaxing and chill experience, which is what they wanted. They wanted to make a game that's sort of designed for, yeah, I just want to. It's like I played this game casually, and I really I was someone who, like, I loved the whole like cleaning up all the islet aspect. Because it's like, oh, it's so nice just to go through, collect up all the rust, and make everything nice and pretty.
That was the wrong way.
It really is. And it's really funny actually to know that they wanted to make a really relaxing and chill game, knowing that the game they released right before, if you know it, was Fury, which is like the exact opposite of Haven.
But that's
It's
okay
just-
though.
Clue as to why.
Yeah, I mean, I love Fury. It's a fantastic game, and you should definitely give it a try. But it's really frustrating. While Haven is just like, I don't know, a walk in the park or something.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there are still challenges. You know, there is.
Yeah.
There's like there's extra bosses. There's like a whole bunch of achievements that you can go and get. But it's just a wonderfully chill experience, and it's something where, especially if you like character writing, like basically your main reward for doing things in Haven is you get more of K and you being cute, which is the best thing.
Yeah.
That is a big reward.
Yeah, one big thing around Haven is that fighting is not the main source of experience that you will get. However,
you okay?
having interactions between you and Kay and discovering new tiny things hidden here and there, that gives you a lot of experience.
Yes. Anyway, hey, it's Burble. We have a new friend. More friends.
Burba.
Yes, I'm making sure though
Burble.
that we don't need to go off on an adventure with Burble right now. We will see Burble later in the run, but this is where we can befriend her. So we got this very quick
All set. Now.
battle that we have to just kind of go through.
Ready when
But
you are.
All set.
One thing to note with the rush mode, because I don't think we mentioned it before, one big thing is using the rush mode will make you do twice the damage you were supposed
Bye.
to do.
the bird ran off before I could interact. Bird's just like, I don't feel like it. Okay, fine, bird friend, understood. Have a great day. But yeah, rush mode gives you
Good.
She wants
Oh,
from us.
okay.
I'm okay. Yeah, I just
You'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, so there are random encounters in Haven, like we saw there. That bird got very aggressive with me, and I don't want to fight it because we don't need to. But we're just about to unlock the ability to basically avoid random encounters. But that bird in particular always likes to try to
It could always be useful.
to start stuff with you. But we have another boss fight.
Bloot.
So this is Knock.
On your mark.
Now.
Now, for those who don't know what "bloot" is, it's kind of the big swear word in the Haven world. So, if you say it, then it's definitely considered to be a little bit saucy when you say it. So, if you want to really be rude to someone without them knowing what you're talking about, IRL, just say "bloot."
Loot.
They might think you're a little weird,
Yes.
but you'll know that you're calling them a very
Also-
bad word.
Also, we
Yeah.
as I said, making friends. Hello. So Knock is now our friend. Hello, Knock.
Aw.
But we got through Knock very quickly. Knock is supposed to be a tutorial on like timing your attacks, using your shields. However, by using rush mode, basically what we do is we do a triple stack of damage multipliers on Knock. So we're using rush mode. We're using KNU's Duo Blast, and we're also attacking Knock right after they do their headbutt attack, which leaves them vulnerable. So because we have all of those damage debuffs like at once, we basically one-shot the fight. So that's one of the fights where casually Knock is very scary.
Yeah, it's like the very first, let's say, hard fight of the game.
Yeah,
It's
but
one that is really scary when you go through it the very first time.
yes.
And even here, the timing, as Scala said, is extremely tricky.
Yeah, because you have to basically. You saw I sort of had my Duo Blast completely charged up. I have to have that basically go off within just like a few seconds, you know, of Nox. I didn't quite hit that flow burst where I usually hit it. Oh,
He moved.
oh, hello.
Maybe with a little more flow.
That's okay. We'll get to see a little bit more with Grumpy Bug for once. There we go.
Could have just told.
So yeah, and one more thing about the rush mode and what makes the knock fight extremely tight is that so as we said, you will be dealing twice the damage you're supposed to. The enemies will be dealing you
Yes.
twice the damages that we're supposed to. So if you happen to like miss the exact good timing on knock, knowing that knock is quite quite powerful as an enemy, they will did a lot. They will
Yeah.
deal a lot of damage.
The good thing is that because we're on reduced difficulty, that damage is reduced down to make that fight
Yes.
safer. Oh hey,
Spicy.
time!
Yeah.
Brother lesbian!
Bravo, lesbian. All right, cool,
So
chat.
that's one.
So now you know what to look for. Here's the thing about this. I've made my my thoughts on this very well known, but I'll repeat it again because hey, it's our first time here in Multithon. Basically, the devs, they wanted to be able to have a game where they could have a couple that was like very much in love and very passionate, and just be like honest about that and all that encompasses, and that includes being intimate.
Hey, I know this
And that's why Haven is actually a mature rated game.
Yeah.
And generally the way I have come to take it is that, you know what, the people who run like horror games and stuff, they don't have to apologize for the stuff that happens in their game. I'm not going to apologize for a couple just being close and cuddly. It's fine. It's all good.
Never apologize for love. That's what I say.
Yes, exactly. That's
Very
That's
true.
basically one of the main themes of Haven is, do not apologize for love. So we went ahead, we grabbed one more part. So we're going to take a little break from stuff because we need to go inside the nest and we need to make some preparations for the second half of the game. Haven has a hunger system, so we have to get through all of our like big fights within the first half of the game. So we're going to take a break right now. We got that nozzle from after beating Knock, and we're going to use it to do crafting. Oh. Okay.
So that's an example of where the rust is coming handy because we'll be doing different capsules. So that's what we're creating through crafting, and we'll be using them during the different fights, and that will let us attack not one enemy at a time, but all enemies at once.
Yeah, and the next two boss fights involve multiple enemies. Alright, so we have gone ahead, done our crafting. So we're going to just take a quick little break. The other reason why we're doing this is, remember our friend Burble? Burble likes very certain plants. We need to make sure that her favorite plant is growing outside of the nest, because we're going to need that later. And then if you were playing Haven casually, you'd get this very
Alright.
special thing.
You can open your eyes. Surprise anniversary!
Happy surprise anniversary! It is
Surprise anniversary.
It is
Yay.
KNU. They've spent 1 month on Source, and they now have a way to celebrate this. This is actually the level up system, which is represented by the cute little chemistry symbol you've seen a couple of times. Here's the thing, though: we don't need to level up. We don't need to
Wait,
do
which is-
so.
Alright.
Yeah, it's still a
Hop on
big
few
thing
threads
because
to practice.
like we discussed earlier about the old patch and stuff, and back in the days on the old patch,
You did it!
like
Another one.
leveling up was a big deal.
Skin.
So it's
Yeah.
actually really fun to see
Oh,
how much
oh,
the
oh, oh.
the game changed.
Oh, shoot.
you have
I
to
got-
get it again.
Yep, I got off the thread. I'm going to see if I can reset that. So this is a use skidding tutorial. Usually I'm pretty good about this, but she is very particular about it. So if you get off the thread at any point, you have to restart the entire thread. By the way, Bash, do we happen to have any donations while I'm over here next to Oink and can give him scratches in return for monies?
I was gonna try to chime in, but y'all are
Yes.
having a good time, so I didn't want to ruin that. So we don't have any new donations at this
Okay.
time. However, we
Yes.
do have new bid wars open specifically for Celeste.
Yeah.
We have a skin choice for Madeline, whether so you can choose between Madeline's normal skin or Badeline or Mario.
What?
No way, seriously? That's
That
so
is
cool.
an option in the
Wait.
bid war.
Wait, this isn't Celeste.smc. So it doesn't make sense.
Why not?
Well,
Um,
okay, well, why not?
And then there's also the file name choice. Now, this one's a bit different because there's a limitation in Tiltify where you can only have 5 options maximum. For those that want to do the file name choice, we encourage you to put the file name in your donation. Multithon staff will keep track of all the file names, and whichever one provided in the donation messages will, that'll be counted. So that way, people can put in whatever file name they want.
So there you go. You can donate for more games about amazing ladies.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what we're doing right now is, like I said, we sort of did that little stop so we could prepare for our second set of boss fights. So the first one is going to be we haven't really given you like a plot update, so I'll give you a little plot update while we're kind of.
Trade places
Oh, sure.
as you wish.
Also, sometimes they'll just have to trade places, so I will always grant that. So we sort of stopped by this area earlier. This is like an old charging station, and
Feel that tremor?
KNU sort of like messed around with it, and it said that it sent an error log somewhere. So, that's about to come around and unfortunately bite KNU in the butt. Plot-wise, and then we'll sort of kind of cover what's happening. Oh, don't get too close to that bird. So I have to sort of now head off to our next little location, which we basically don't want to run into KNU being hungry. Normally in Haven, whoa. I bumped against a rock. What? That's weird. That's fine.
It happens.
It happens. Sometimes the collision is
Game
just like
physics.
yes.
Yeah.
But basically, if KNU get hungry, they have a debuff during battle, which is not good. We don't want that. It basically reduces their reaction times, makes everything harder. So we need to get our next 2 required boss battles done, so that way we're safe from the hunger debuff. So, but yeah. Hey, it's these robot cops called the Hornets. Give me 1 second, because this is where I have to actually really pay attention. Okay.
He's losing his balance.
Okay. Good.
1 and 2.
Alright, we're all set. We're all safe now.
We can do it.
So,
Nice.
the Hornet fight is... that looks really like nice and clean, which is great. That's what we want it to look like. The Hornets, they have a paralysis attack. If that goes off, then stuff gets way scarier. Because if both Kay and you get paralyzed, you game over, which we don't want. But luckily, the Hornets played really nice with us. Though they attacked you. Usually they attack Kay. So
Yeah, like to be fairly honest, the Hornet fight casually, in my opinion, is the hardest fight of the game.
No, absolutely. Casually, that is definitely the hardest fight in the game. I think outside of like unless you're going for like all bonus bosses, where
exactly,
and even then, like by the time you're going to go after some of like the harder ones, like Larudo and I won't spoil the other one, the big one. Those you
Playhaven.
Yes, Playhaven. Those usually you're doing that after you've already like leveled up fully.
Yeah.
But this comes like right in the middle of the game, and if you haven't like been doing stuff like crafting and everything, you are going to get caught off guard.
Yeah, yeah, it really takes you by surprise, and usually, but around this time, you don't have as much rust as you now have.
Yeah.
So you won't be really using the capsules and stuff. It's really tricky.
Give me one more. This is one more fight where I have to pay attention.
Be a good time to test the capsules that we put together.
This is our last boss fight.
First, you'll have to explain to me how they
But I
work.
had to do it with a tutorial.
It's easy. First, you load up the capsule, then you just need to activate it.
Okay.
Want to see something cool?
Okay.
Daiko did not want to play nice with me. So Daiko, as you can see, so that's like a turn interrupting attack. Oh. Come on.
Are you okay?
Come on, I'm waiting for... Okay.
Go time.
Hey?
He didn't like that too much.
Alright, we're good. So basically, if
That's it.
Daiko gets that headbutt off, we sort of lose a turn, and usually what will happen is the kitty cat there will oh, also friend. Hello, friend.
Come over here. I'll show you something.
He is very friend-shaped.
He is very friend-shaped, but basically the cat will then sort of get back up. We have to then deal with the cat. It's
What are we looking for again?
with Haven,
It's for the nest.
we have like sort of two different types of attacks. We have blast and impact. Some enemies are weak to blast, some enemies are weak to impact, and that particular fight, they mix and match. So the Toriko, that's the kitty cat, are weak to blast attacks only. They're not they don't get any effect from impact attacks. So if it comes back up again after Kay's attack, we then have to, you know, basically kind of do a separate attack for it. But the good thing is we're through it. We're through all the boss fights, so we're
like from
doing
now
just
on,
fine.
we're pretty safe from now on.
Yeah, we're completely safe as far as fights go. There's like one more, and that will be like it's almost scripted how we do it in the speed run.
Yeah. It is gonna be really fast. So from now on, it's just a matter of end up collecting the different pieces of the nest plus a few extra things, and then we're gonna go through the end of the game.
So to catch you up on the story, like I said, we had to fight those robot cops. So we're like, well, they must be getting their orders from somewhere. So we went looking for a video relay. Now we have to talk to Yu's mom. Unfortunately for everyone, especially you, Yu's mom, she heads like the company that kind of ruined Source and is also very much aligned with the government. We kind of really did talk about the government. In Haven, Kane, you come from a human colony called the Apiary, and the Apiary basically decides who you're going to marry. Unfortunately, Kane, you were not supposed to marry each other, and this is where we kind of learned that you was supposed to be marrying this guy called Lord Ozius, boo.
Boo!
We hate Lordos, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
who is a high-ranking apiary official. Also, just the big. I'll use the term in game. He is the blood hole in chief. We don't like
Sure.
him. No one likes him. Unfortunately,
Nope.
though, you has been keeping this a secret from Kay. Kay and you get into their first really big fight, and now you is missing. So now we have to figure out what happened to our girlfriend. We are a little sad about the whole thing. Also, in gameplay and
Yeah.
story integration,
Use the one who took the radar.
I can't use the radar right now because you had it.
This whole plot is heartbreaking.
Yes,
I
this
mean,
whole
I've
plot.
seen it. Yeah, I've seen it a fair amount of times, especially like through speedrun and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It still breaks my heart.
To me, the hard part about it is the fact that as the player, you can't stop it from happening. Like as the
Yeah.
player, you are like sort of like having to face with, okay, I am like really upset about this too, because by this point, this happens about halfway through the game. You've
Yeah.
like already like kind of like established your bond with Kay and you, and you're very upset when they're so upset. And also, it's something where you kind of with character writing, you want the flaws and the strengths to be very similar to each other, actually.
Oh no.
Like, a flaw should be something that could also be a strength, and you sort of see, like, we know already that, we've sort of seen her, she's very, like, passionate, she, like, speaks her mind, she doesn't, like, she doesn't pull any punches with, like, how she expresses herself, and that comes out when she fights with Kay. And the same thing, Kay, while being very, like, responsible and, tries to kind of keep everything, she tries to be like the adult in the situation. That's sort of no, but it's true though. But
That's very true. That's very true.
But it comes off as like incredibly patronizing in the in
Yeah.
the fight because spicy ladies.
Spicy, 2 spices. We're at $10.
But anyway,
Bravo les lesbiennes.
yes, but what ends up happening is like, like the way she. And I really love how like both voice actors like handle the line. Like the line like that I feel is like the really good K line in that argument is, "It's a matter of trust, you," where it's said like like a parent talking down to a kid almost. Like it's how it comes off, and I can understand, and especially when you know that you has all these problems with her mom and like fighting with like parental figures. Like you hear that and you're like, oh, I can understand why that immediately touched a nerve with you, that you feels that Kay's like talking down to her kind of thing. Here's the thing, it's one of those things where like I appreciate Haven like as a gameplay experience. I think it's great because it gives like this very interesting sort of mix of like, you can do chill things. Oh wait, hold up, door skip. Yeah, such a clean door skip.
Nice.
There's a tiny cutscene where you're just like, now that's a door. That's it. That's the whole cutscene. But it's really nice when you get to skip it. But
it really saved like about 2 seconds. But
yes,
still,
it looks cool though when you do it.
it is. It does. It really does.
But I find Haven also really works really well as like a narrative experience. I love my good narrative games. So, especially one where the writing, like they put so much work into the writing of Haven. And that, kind of also blended over to when they did the couples update. They had to basically re-record the game, and they went through like the entire script of the game because they wanted to make sure any pronoun usage was correct, any like gender terminology was correct, and they adjusted different scenes. There's a couple scenes that actually do play out differently depending upon which version you're playing, but most of them are almost exactly the same. And they said, well, that's because, we wrote K and U as two very well-rounded individuals.
Yeah, apparently they even went as far as readjusting the original
Yes.
version of the
Just need a little rest
like
to hold it all together now.
the original couple to make
Yes.
sure that all the three experiences that you will have with
Mhm.
the game will be exactly the same.
Yeah,
And I just love this, this attention to details.
yeah. But and there are like some version differences, like the one that you encounter early on. Um, Kay will sort of say, "Oh, well, I prefer like a natural look over like a very made up look." If you're playing
Mm.
with you as a lady, she'll be like, "Oh, you don't think I'm wearing makeup right now?" And if you play with you as a guy, he's just like, "You don't think it takes? Do you know how much maintenance my mane takes? Like his hair." Like I love those like little like adjustments that I think are very
Yeah.
cute.
They
Um,
are.
I think I've mentioned this in one of the other runs that we've been on the couch together. One of the things I think is the cutest though is there's one scene where they're petting on Oink, and they refer to themselves as like Mama and Papa K and you, like depending upon obviously which version. But it's just like no, Mama
It's
K
so
and Mama you
cute.
in this case,
Yeah.
who love their
That's so adorable.
who love their
And
This
their
game is
little lizard
adorable.
son.
it's so refreshing in this era of just like, FIFA's. I call it the EA syndrome, but
Mm.
a lot of these AAA games, that don't have this level of care put into them, that can get really frustrating and upsetting for some people. But my response to that is we're in the golden age of indie gaming right now. These
Yes.
smaller game
Yeah.
studios that are taking such care and love for their craft. It's really, really beautiful to see. And I think Haven's a great example of that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
absolutely, because it's something where, like, spicy number 3,
Spicy number
It's
3.
fun.
where a casual Haven experience is about it's like 12 to 15 hours, kind
Yeah,
of.
it's really short of a game.
Yeah,
Like
it's
knowing it's an RPG and stuff.
Yeah, like overall, it's a relatively short experience. Like I drew it out to about 20 hours because I also did like all bosses, all achievements, that kind of thing. But even so, like you still get like
get to
so much. Also, we're just collecting parts right now. Bash, if we're ever like around the nest, do let me know if there's any donations so I can go and pet Oink. Though I have to go grab something very quickly, but maybe.
There's one thing I want to talk about, but
Sure.
that's it.
Go ahead, talk about it, please. I'm just going to grab a gyro stabilizer.
So the Ram in Your Parade run will be happening soon, and it has a upgrade to DLC percent incentive that still needs to be met. We're currently at $20 still out of $100. So let's close the gap on that. I think we can do that. We're also really close to meeting that eggplant run for Spelunky. We're still only $6 away.
Oh my god. I will let's definitely get right on your parade, but if you've never heard of like a Spelunky eggplant run, it is hilarious. And also an amazingly like challenging thing. So I kind of hope that gets met so that way people get more Spelunky, which is a great game.
I actually never heard about this, so now I want to see it.
You want
Please
to see
make
it.
happen.
Trust me, you want to see
Yeah.
it. Oh, come on. Jump on down there. There we
And
go.
Ram in Your
ladies.
Parade's only like 3 hours away, and so I want to try to get that
Yeah, squared away.
that donation gap. Yeah, exactly.
Can
I'll
I
solve
just
on you.
say... Oh, sorry, Bash. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I interrupt all the time, so go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I love the chibi
Yes.
loading screen when they're carrying items back. I just think it's so cute. Just like this entire game, honestly.
I almost forgot about Burble. No,
Oops.
it's okay. We're good.
How can you forget about Burble?
I know.
Oh,
Because
no.
we were chatting, having a good time. Anyway, let's talk about Burble. Burble is actually the game's fast travel system. However, Burble is very. Oh, hey, we didn't get the cutscene glitch for once. Nice.
Are you sticking around?
She is very particular about where she will go. So she will only go to islets that are completely clean of rust. because we are not taking the time to clean up all the islets, we only have limited choices as to where we can go. So you sort of saw me come down to this islet for like just a second earlier. That was literally just to add it to my map, so that way Burble would let me travel here. And that's because right next door, we have one more spacious part. We have the turbine. Haven actually does a really good job making it so that way you won't soft lock. There's a number of items that have multiple copies that are spaced out around source. So basically, kind of like no matter which direction you go, you'll be able to find what you're looking for. So that's how we kind of go down that direction. Also, hey, it's those apple dews from earlier. We finally got to use them. They were for Burble the entire time.
Yeah, Burble's first travel is free, and then you have to feed her,
Yes.
which I actually love. It's so cute.
I'm so glad we actually did not get... Usually, Burble, because we do Burble's cutscenes, like, where they're very unexpected, her cutscenes often have a glitch out in the speedrun, so I was like, yay, we actually got to see the nice Burble cutscenes for once. We didn't get stuck just looking at K&U's shoes, which is what normally happens in the speedrun. Alright, so hey, it's the door I skipped. We're gonna go here, and Kay's gonna open up the door. Good job, Kay, you did it. So proud of you.
Yay!
And now we get a whole bunch of plot. We learn about the concept of what's called rust jacking, which is a real thing that happens. There you go. If you learn anything from Haven, you can learn that there's a phenomenon called rust jacking, which is that rust expands out the metal, and can break stuff. And there you go. There's my one like somewhat helpful information for you for today. the rest of my information is not. Whoa.
What?
I think I'd
Whoa.
like to analyze that bit of weird rust we
No,
saw
no.
back at the
What
top.
Excuse you?
Let's go get it then.
What?
Oh, they're not. I forgot the hyper rust.
I think
Oh, you didn't took it.
Oh, well, you know what? I am actually very glad that they do that. But
Yeah.
I've never actually missed it.
Where was I?
This is
Yeah, I didn't even realize you didn't took it.
I know we were talking.
I'm sorry, the game backers. I really just assumed the game like bugged for whichever reason.
Well, good. That was our. That's never happened before. But
Exactly.
but you know what? Well, the thing is it's very like arresting because it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It was like, I should be leaving. Well, okay, let's talk about what just happened and why that was important. Okay, so there is Hyper Rust. We need 2 pieces of it to beat the game. There are only 4 spread out throughout Haven. So they're making sure that we did not miss one of them, because it's very easy to miss them. So that's the one guaranteed one. So, you know what? Good game. 1, good gameplay and story integration. 2, good on the devs for being like, wait, someone might actually forget that. We should actually program in something that they can't leave until they have it.
that came down nearby.
So hey, we all learned something.
One fragment away, tops.
Yeah.
I was about to make a joke and be like, I can tell you
Careful until we know.
about other things that you can learn in Haven that do not like give you any information. Like, Kane, you do not know what cows are.
Come on, this is not fair.
The Omni Impact might even things out.
You know, I just want to say right now, we've been laughing and joking and having a really good time with this game, and it's pretty lighthearted. But
Yes.
honestly, like, the more you know about the story,
Yes.
there's also kind of this sense of creeping dread that kind of develops over the course of the story. It is
Yes.
definitely not all lighthearted, because you get
Yeah.
hints and kind of these whispers, almost I'll call them, that the apiary is a very
Yeah.
dystopian
Oh, yeah.
organization.
We're
and
gonna get a big one of those right now. Oh, I missed my fall. Hey, it's Ozius.
boo, we hate Ozius.
But kind of what Happy Bear was saying. Oasis is here to be a creep and say that he's going to come to Source and basically detain us. And if you doesn't willingly agree to marry him, he's just gonna we're just gonna get brainwashed, and so we accept everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not
Sounds like a really nice plan.
yeah. Which to be fair, like the game itself does treat that all very seriously. Like, you like very much like gets very like anxious and nervous upon like hearing that hearing that threat. Like she takes it 100% seriously. But it is this sort of thing where because we're playing sort of I sort of say like in like the second half of KNU's story, which I think is also one of the things really interesting narratively, is that you're playing Act 2 in a lot of ways, and you kind of have to figure out what Act 1 was about. So as the player, you sort of are doing sort of like two different sets of world building at the same time. So you're sort of alongside KNU, you're figuring out, okay, what happened on Source? You know, why is this planet like broken up into all these fragments? Why is it covered in pollution? Why are there all these abandoned buildings? It's like the one like sort of part that you and Kay and you are all working on together. And then as the player,
What do you do?
you then also have the sort of your half of where you're trying to figure out, okay, what exactly was the apiary like? Because we never experience it directly. We kind of can only piece it together from what Kay and you talk about, from their conversations, like the two conversations that we have with like characters that are outside of Kay and you, like which is Arena and Ozius. So it becomes like I said, narratively, it's very, very interesting to kind of have to put everything together.
It's really, really nicely done.
Yeah, but that's an interesting thing because Kay and you obviously have all this experience, and they have a lot of things that they take for granted that they just don't think about. Like I sort of made like the joke, Kay and you don't know what cows are. Which is true. That's like a little like side point in the game, but that's because you kind of figure out that like in the apiary, like veganism is just what is like normal, and like I sort of talked about how like when I was playing the game, I didn't realize until like I was near the end of the game. Oh, Kay and you are vegans. You just you see them collect food and everything, but it took me to the end of the game to realize they never eat meat or talk about it at all. No. And it's something it's a small thing.
It with you to realize that.
Yes.
So I'm almost 2 years after the game's release.
But that's the interesting sort of part of of this sort of like experience where some of like the storytelling is also random. Like you get a lot of scenes sort of are just hanging around like the nest, and you don't control what you see and when. Also, hey, there's that bonus boss Larudo down there. Cool.
Mind if I do?
He decided to mind his own business, which is what we like.
Lovely.
We're not in like any real danger from Larudo. We can scare him off with our flow burst, but it takes like a full powered one, and it's just really annoying to have to deal with. But anyway, hey, we're at the end of the game. Just about.
Heck yeah.
We have everything we need to repair the nest. So
Just need to get to work.
yeah, just need to get to work. So I'm going to be skipping through all of these repair cutscenes, which are actually really good. I really like the repair sequences. When you're playing this game casually, you kind of do these over the course of the game, where you'll sort of, so you get these like nice little like bits and pieces of story and interaction. Whereas here in the speedrun, we just do it all at the end because it's the easiest.
Yeah, like the idea is that each and every time you might have noticed it, but each and every time we get a piece of the nest, we'll automatically uh, sent back to the nest. So usually, indeed, you will be repairing the nest through the course of the game, and especially also because it brings you a lot of XP.
Yes, yeah. These are definitely like where you get like the most XP.
Yeah.
Also, we never talked about the confidence system, so I'll talk very quickly about the confidence system, which it basically is going to determine which flavor of the ending we're going to get. We're going to get good ending. That is a player choice. Whether you get good or bad ending. But we'll definitely be getting good ending. But which flavor of the good ending depends on KNU's confidence. So over the course of the entire game, KNU have been gaining confidence points. And I've been making it so that way you is going to be confident. It's something that is kind of like super duper subtle. It's just because Yu's confidence version of the ending is just easier to mash through. So,
Yeah.
But now we're here, this great big volcano. Wow, this is definitely the end of the game, right? Yes.
Yep.
And I bet you're thinking, oh, this is like, we're going to have to climb through all this. No.
This is a long ride.
Yeah. Don't worry, we got this.
Can't go down that way.
There's an invisible wall here,
We should go
but not
down.
really.
Nice.
Yeah, I've gotten
That was really fast.
Yeah, I'm getting better at finding the hole in the invisible wall. Yeah,
Lovely.
it's supposed to. Yeah, there's supposed to be like this big sequence where you go all the way down through the volcano. But if you just kind of know where the cracks are in the invisible wall, you can just bypass all of that. So
Yeah.
we have now been locked into the ending. And I always have you be the one who leads for this, since she has the confidence. I find it works better thematically to have you be the one to lead the ending. That's the other reason why I really like this. Unfortunately, Kay gets wounded
The gods will
protecting
never
you,
absorb all this at once.
but it's okay. We're going to finish this out.
To do it little
So this is a extended aerial sequence. I have to make my way up a series of several small platforms.
Another one.
And here's the thing, there are no guardrails on any of this. I can fall at any time. So I have to take this nice and easy. So you'll see me just taking a second, setting up my camera, just because I just don't want to fall. Because if you
Yeah, you
fall,
can
you go
definitely
all the way
fall
down to the
here.
bottom, and you have to start all the way over. It's super duper annoying, but the good thing is like I said, I was doing practice with this,
Are you sure you don't want to stop?
and
I can do it alone.
I know exactly which one is the one that is the most troublesome. So, but we're almost.
And as we saw,
yes,
sorry, I was just gonna say, as we saw from the beginning of the game,
Yeah.
these controls can be a little bit touchy and finicky.
Yes.
So there's definitely a lot of skill here, chat.
Yes.
So we should all be
Yeah.
very impressed with Schala right now.
yeah, that
You
one
definitely
where
should.
I completely stopped. That's the one where if you're going to fall, that's where you're going to fall. That one thread is the most tricky. For my wonderful restreamer, the time will come up when we sever the last thread. I will be sure to call that out very, very clearly. But we're almost there. But yeah, once we're kind of past the one that tends to be the most common spot to fall, usually after that we're all good. Yeah. So
And I just love as we get upper and upper, how powerful, even more
Oh,
powerful the music gets.
the music is this is my favorite track in the game. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Got to go over here. And time.
Time.
GG.
Yes.
GG.
We did it! We have completed Haven. What we were doing there at the end, we have all these flow bridges. We have basically cut the flow bridge that connects Source to the rest of the apiary. And KU basically what they had to do is they had to make a choice of either is it each other or is it everything else? And at the end of the game, they choose each other over everything else. And we sort of see the bridge fade from Source, and everything from the apiary kind of go out. What we're going to do very quickly, we're just going to go through the epilogue and then we'll wrap up and we'll get you on to the next run. So, get these cool boots.
What now?
We're going to use these boots
Now we draw.
to say thank you to everyone, and then we'll be all squared away. How about this? To my lovely couch while I'm here
I'm not
putting
ready.
together a special
This
little
fight just
message for our wonderful
Oh,
viewers
yeah,
and
I forgot to
donators.
tell you.
Do y'all want to give any shout-outs or where people can find you?
Whoa.
It's even better than I imagined.
I guess we can. I was
Yeah.
trying to think where can actually people find
But
me?
lots of love to all of you out there at
Yay.
Multithon behind the scenes who
Yay.
donated. I guess I'll go first. Hey, you can find me. It's the same name, SchalaKitty. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Remains of Twitter. I've been practicing this game a whole bunch since it's still in more events, and yeah,
Mitchin' for a flower,
it's just nice, good, chill times with me.
right ahead.
Tons of flowers, love it.
Yes. How about this?
So
How about this?
Why don't you just
We'll
focus on
we'll do.
intensive creamberry cultivation.
We'll give chat oink.
Roll over.
we
Oink, we love Oink. While we're interacting with Oink, I'll just say
To teach him tricks.
you can find me on Twitch at Happy Bear Lives, and I also have a YouTube channel that's just Happy Bear, and would love to have you come hang out. I'm doing a Metroid Prime original playthrough right now that was very badly timed, and
Yeah.
we're also doing Link's Awakening Switch speedruns, so a lot of fun stuff happening. Would love to have you come join the fun.
And you can find me mostly on Twitter, actually. News and shenanigans in French and English. I have a Twitch channel. Name is Blooper. I barely stream, to be fairly honest. And on YouTube as well.
All right, and we have to end Haven the way you always got to end it,
You have no patience.
with a kiss. Gotta end on the smooch. Well,
Beautiful. So much spiciness, so
yes.
much lesbian love.
And remember, if you want to join in on the spice donation, it is $15, and there's plenty of good things you can put that money towards. But that kind of wraps it up for us in Haven. We'll let the marathon move on to the next run, and I'm sure there's plenty more to have and enjoy here at Multithon. So thank you all again for having us. It was a fantastic time.
I've actually never seen this game before, and that was quite an experience. Scala, thank you for putting me on the on the Simpsons board to it for Oink. I'm glad to be included. And again, that was the any percent good ending run by SchalaKitty. Big shoutouts. Okay, so our next game up is Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. Sounds like nothing will go wrong there at all. We got any percent. It's gonna be looks like I think a race between Tom Rigor, Undurable, and Irar. So while we get set up for that, just a reminder, or not a reminder, excuse me. For those of you that have just tuned in, this is Multithon. This is a cooperative speedrun focused event benefiting Blue Path service dogs. If you are not aware of what Blue Path does, they provide autism service dogs who offer safety, companionship, and opportunities for independence. Their expertly trained autism service dogs are provided free of charge, and they are not. They're pretty expensive to prepare. To prepare these dogs and train them for use to assist those with autism. Each dog, from what I'm seeing, costs upwards of $40,000 to train. But thanks to the generosity of supporters, including y'all viewers, for getting us to over $1,600 this event, and we're only on day 2, by the way. But yeah, thanks to that, thanks to the ongoing support and generosity of people who are able to donate, both the service dogs and the ongoing like follow-up support are all provided entirely free of charge. So yeah, Blue Path is committed to the success of each of their placements. They remain closely connected to all families that they help out, answering the normal questions that arise when learning to navigate life with a service dog. And again, speaking of, we have that Stardew Valley incentive where you can adopt a pet. That is still $35 away from being met, but the more pressing one that I want to talk about is the upgraded DLC percent run for Rain on Your Parade. That run will be happening in about 2.5 hours, and we still have about $80 left to meet that incentive. But if you want a low-hanging fruit one, that sounds amazing to me. The Spelunky run that'll be happening later today has a bonus co-op eggplant run. And from what I've been told, you have to carry this eggplant, which can like easily break. It's very fragile. You have to handle it with care as you basically deliver it to hell. And if anything in that sentence sounds interesting or amazing to you, we're only $6 away from that being met. It's at $144 out of $150 for the goal for that run to feature the bonus eggplant run. So if you want to meet that right now, we just need $6 for that. But if you can, let's also try to get the Rain Your Parade DLC run met as well. The closer we get to that, the happier I'll be. The more comfortable I'll be with how we're progressing with raising money for Blue Path, which is again just a great charity. But let's say incentives aren't your thing, you know. We have a couple of bid wars too that you're able to influence how certain speedruns get played or what they look like. So there's that Celeste. So we have the 2 Celeste bid wars that opened, where you can choose the skin for Madeline, whether she'll look her usual self, whether she looks like Madeline, her I guess other self in the game, or if you want her to look like Mario, because of course. We also have a file name bid war, and this one's interesting because for the file name, we want donators to put their file name choice in the donation message, since the bid war section only allows us to have 5 options. So if you want to influence what the file name will be, make sure to include that in your donation message when you make a donation. And we also have the Barbie Fashion Pack Games character choice. Kira is still in the lead with $40, and then just $5 behind her is Christy, and then tied for third are Barbie and Teresa with $5 each. And actually, that's going to be my time here for Multithon today. Thank you all for being amazing chat viewers. Thank you Multithon staff for having me. Continue to be awesome. Continue to support, again, just a great cause. And I'm going to hand things off to Happy by 3. So, welcome. Have a good time. See y'all later.
So much, Bash. Appreciate you. Yes, you are stuck with me for just a little bit here, just as we transition between Bash and our next long-term host. But I'm super happy it worked out this way, and I get to hop on mic for 20-something minutes because coming up next is a game that I run. So I get to see people in my community playing their game, and I am stoked for y'all to see it too. Turnip Boy is a fantastic little indie Zelda-like, really fun game, really fun people, and I think you're gonna really enjoy it. We have got our spicy dollars. I don't know if these donos were read yet by Bash, but since I also owe one, going to read these. Just remember, we were doing $5 per spicy loading screen in Haven. I did get 3, so SchalaKitty gave us $15, giving my spicy dollars as promised. And Happy Bear also gave us $15, with donating in honor of my favorite spicy lesbians. Let's get to $2,000 today. And I will toss my 15 in at some point. I've been learning Haven lately. Very fun game, very cool run, and as you can see, the community is just wonderful people. Anyone who got to watch that, I'm sure, has realized that. Very good humans. Now we're finishing up setup for Turnip Boy, making sure everything is looking accurate. So I'm just going to go through some of the upcoming incentives real quick, and then let y'all listen to some of these bangers on OC Remix until we're ready to go. But just reminders, our next target coming up is the upgrade to DLC % for Rain on Your Parade. And I am told that will actually make the run easier for the runners. My thought would be that adding DLC would make things longer or more difficult, but apparently it just gives them more abilities. But the fun thing will be neither of the runners have ran the DLC category, so they will be playing the game that they're used to on the fly with additional abilities and some additional content. So if you want to see some very talented runners race each other with an extra wrench thrown into the equation, last time these two raced each other in it, they were 1 second away, so already going to be a very tight competitive race, and I think adding an extra something in there is going to make it really exciting. So that's the next thing coming up. You've got about 2.5 hours until that run happens, so get those donos in to make that happen. We've also got some polls going on. Barbie Fat Hack Games is coming up soon here. Right now, Kira's in the lead with $40. Christy, hot on her tail at $35. I'm told that the community collectively shuns Christy and disrespects Christy. So if you want to see Christy finally get her moment in the limelight, get those donos in for Barbie Fashion Pack character choice. Alrighty, I'm gonna let y'all listen to this Kakariko Rave Party by Zeratul over our OC Remix playlist. Shoutouts OC Remix for having so much awesome and available music for marathons to use. Really appreciate y'all. And yeah, I will see y'all when the run's ready to go.